G'day everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Rescuing Ariel. As you would have seen in episode 1, we went over there last weekend to have a look at the old boat. The old boat's been sitting in Nelly Bay Marina on Magnetic Island for the last couple of years. The old gentleman had a bit of engine trouble. He was away on holidays when it unfortunately sunk at its mooring back in August. It was retrieved. It's been sitting there in Nelly Bay awaiting its fate. He had it advertised, so I thought I'd just go and have a look at it. So we went and had a look at it last weekend. I got on to MSQ and asked them a few questions to try and work out how I can get it home. They wanted me to use a towing company, but I asked them for the option to be able to submit my own towing plan, and they said they would accept a draft plan. So we put the draft plan together this morning and submitted it, and it come back just earlier on this afternoon as approved. So I'll just give you a quick overview of the plan and what we plan to do on Sunday. As you can see, the plan obviously outlines the date I intend to do it, the weather forecast for the day, the time we'd expect to depart Nelly Bay, the intended route that we will be taking to cross Platypus Channel, because they did make a special request that when we do travel from Nelly Bay back to the mainland, i.e. Rosshaven Marine, that we make a direct line across Platypus Channel in the shortest possible route so that we could get across there nice and quick, which takes us across the channel, and then we turn southwest and head down in towards Rosshaven Marine. And see there, we're going to use the Werraway to tow it. The old girl's got a 471 GM in it, 3-to-1 reduction. I'll have myself skippering, I'll have one deck in, and I might have a bloke here as well taking a few videos for us. As a steerage vessel, just a boat to steer the Ariel in case it gets out of hand, and something to slow it down should we need to. I'm just going to bring my son along. He's got a Haynes Signature 702. It'll do the job. Given the weather, I don't expect too many issues. MSQ have required that I make contact with VTS in Townsville, just letting them know what I'm going to do, when I'm going to cross the channel, and then when I get the boat safely into Rosshaven Harbour, the swing base in there. Just a little bit about what we're going to do to the Ariel. Obviously, at the end of the day, we've got to have safety equipment for the number of people on board. I expect to have 3, maximum 4 on board. I'll have one person in charge of the people, and that'll be the person I'll be talking to, and they can keep an eye on what's going on. We'll have pumping equipment on board because it obviously did sink. They claim it to be a little bit dry above the waterline, so we'll just make sure. We'll have a generator and 3 240-volt pumps in there. We'll clear the deck of all the clutter, all the cupboards and drawers and ladders and stuff like that obviously dropped back on the boat that floated out after it sank. We'll make sure all the sea cocks are closed and any hose are removed from water. We'll check the toilet valve because they claimed that could have been an issue as well, that why it sunk in the first place. I'll get over the side on Saturday afternoon when I go over there, and I'll make sure there's any seams that are above the waterline aren't open that allow water ingress. We'll check the ground tackle, will be in the anchor on the Ariel, just in case we have to anchor it for any reason in an emergency. That'll all be prepared on Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll do one final check before we leave the island. As it just states there, this draft plan is to satisfy their requirements. Everything going well, I'll then move to the island, and I've got to talk to the owner, the current owner, and the marina manager about approval of removing the vessel from the island. And as you can see there, it's just been endorsed by the harbour master, so they obviously must have thought the plan was a-okay and up to scratch. So fingers crossed everything goes okay on Sunday. Just a bit of a quick tour around the old Werraway. This is a boat I bought in Weipa back in 2019. We actually brought it home from Weipa, so it was another old project boat. It had an old Gardner in it. We took that out and put a 471 GM in it, 130 horsepower, 3-to-1 reduction, so she'll have no trouble doing it. What we're going to do with this moving forward, after we rescue Ariel, whether this one goes or the new one goes, we don't know. So it's just a basic old timber trawler that we've gradually repaired and brought up to scratch over the last couple of years. So got a nice little berth in the marina here. So just a quick peek into the engine room of the Werroway. Here you have a 471 GM 1974 model 4-valve head. Obviously they're a supercharged motor, but they're not really supercharged. They need the blower to run. Without a blower they won't run, so the old supercharger doesn't make them go any harder. It just gets the airflow through them, being a 2-stroke diesel. You have an Allison 3-to-1 gearbox, 32-inch 4-blade propeller, so I have no fear of it being able to do what we need to do it on Sunday. Plenty of fuel, 1,000 litres of fuel. We don't need that much. There's probably about 400 in there at the moment. We won't be using that in a couple of hours on Sunday. So thanks everyone. Make sure you check out the other videos on the channel. They're just a few videos I've put together. There's no talking or anything like that. I'm just getting into this YouTube type bloody thing. So please give us a like, give us a subscribe if you want to see a bit more content and how we rescue Ariel on Sunday.